Welcome back to Farmer's Dynasty with the Rude Man, and we're back in harvest. And if we take a quick look at the fields, let's see, I've got this one has been harvested, that one's been harvested, that one is done, this one is done. We're working on this one up here, which is all but done, and this one is 14% done. And this one is 77% done. So I do have this small field and these two here to do. And then we'll be done with this harvest. Now, if you take a look at the money situation, euros, I'm up to 317,000 euros. And we're doing well on that front, but I am sorely disappointed. And the reason for that is, if you remember in the last episode, I started out, and if we look at the time, which I think I have to eat, let me eat real quick and then I'll get on with this conversation. Do a quick hamburger here. If you look at the date, it was a day or so ago. I'm talking the game time, not real time. It was a day or so before that I did the last episode. If you remember, I walked up to Charlotte. She was definitely pregnant. She had a big bulge. And I'll show you a picture of that now. She's up. Let's go take a look. Are you pregnant? Or are you just getting fat on me? Because she kept saying she was happy. Maybe she's just getting fat and happy. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, look at that. She's pregnant. Now, we're back to today, and all I did was do some harvesting, and I came in and slept the night away. But look, she doesn't look like she's got a bulge. What the heck happened? See? Definitely does not look like she did. There may be a little bit of one there, but there was a substantial bump there in the last episode. I'm concerned that she's no longer pregnant, and all I did was spend the night. I don't know what happened. If it's something that the game is messed up, or well, anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. So the only thing I could do, and I don't know if you remember when I ended that last episode, I said I was going to finish the harvest and do a bunch of stuff before I came back on offline. Well, I was so disappointed at that when I slept the night away. I came and was doing some stuff. I finished doing this up here. I started plowing, and I took a break to go get something to eat and that kind of thing. And I ran over and I looked at Charlotte to talk to Charlotte. The reason I did that is, remember, I told you that one of the updates in the game was that they improved the AI voice acting. So I thought, well, you know what? In the last episode, when I said that, I didn't actually test it, so I came up to talk to Charlotte and see if she had a few more things to say, because if you remember, there's been times when I've talked to Charlotte and I said, well, gosh, she doesn't talk to everything that we do. So I came in and decided to check that out. So let's do it.
Hi, hey, Sugar.
Hold still a minute.
So nice to see you, dear.
Now, see, she's talking more, I think, because there's some of these things we got an answer to, and some of them we didn't. But I think we
nice
pretty much
get
an answer to everything.
How are you?
Now.
I love our hen. There's a lot of life in the hen house now, and the eggs are delicious.
Yeah, the problem is I don't remember
Sugar.
what she answered to and what she didn't,
Hi,
but
honey.
I didn't think she answered to everything. I'm pretty sure she didn't.
You look so good, it almost makes me speechless.
That's so sweet. You are really nice.
Now, see, she didn't respond
Darling?
before on that question.
So nice to see you, dear.
Is there something you need, darling?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, now I remember her responding to that question. I don't remember her responding to this one. And every time you say hello, she didn't always respond in voice. Now let's see.
I am off to
let's
work.
just do this.
Have a
I'm
great
off to work.
day.
Bye, sweetheart.
See, she didn't say that either. So there's more dialogue that they have. I haven't talked to anybody else yet. So, I should run up and talk to one of the guys, like maybe John or Oliver or something, and see if they've got more dialogue. It's no big deal right at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let those guys finish the harvest. Now, I can hire somebody. So let me see. I'm going to go to this while I'm recording and see if I can get maybe one of these big fields done before, because I'm still trying to not do end the game while there's still a worker out in the field, to see if that might help. I don't know if it does, but I'm trying every little thing to keep it from throwing me out of the game. So let's go to the map. We're going to try to hire a worker here. Now, see, this guy's done, so I have 2 tractors that I can do. So let's harvest that one. I just hired a worker. All right. Now, rather than rush it, I want to wait until that guy actually comes out to work, because again, I'm afraid if I do too many things at once, it's going to overload the game and it's going to throw me out. Whatever. By the way, I am playing on the new computer right now, and this one doesn't seem to be too bad. Farm Sim 17, I don't know if you remember or not. If you go back to when Farm 17 was first out, there was a lot of complaining, and 15 as well. I don't remember having trouble in 13, but in Farm Sim 15 and Farm Sim 17, a lot of us guys that had high-end performing computers had all kinds of trouble with Farm Sim. And I'm not the only one. If you go out to the forums, if you go out and Google, high-end computers in FS17, you're going to see there's tons and tons of forum updates and forum FAQs and people trying to find a solution. And even Giant came out and said, yes, that they had trouble. The game had trouble on high-end performing PCs. One of the reasons for that I can totally understand. Not everybody has a high-end PC. As a matter of fact, a lot of people play the game on really low-end PCs, older PCs, that kind of thing. So obviously, if you're a game developer, you'd want to try to develop the game so that everybody can enjoy it, not just people that have, thousands of dollars wrapped up in a PC. So I can understand that perfectly. It's a little disappointing for those of us that have spent that much money and the game just does not perform for a high-end PC. This one doesn't seem to be too bad. But boy, Farm Sim 17 is terrible. When I moved the game over to the new PC that I'm playing now, my Threadripper, it doesn't perform very well. It really doesn't. And I've improved the graphics. I have a 1080 for the win Ti in this machine, and it's got a new motherboard. It's got new RAM. It's got new. When I say new, I don't mean new in the fact that I just bought it. I'm talking about upgraded technology, because my other PC is about 6 years old, and so the technology's not there as this one is. And this one just not perform well on Farm Sim 17. We'll get to that when I get into Farm Sim 17. I'm going to be recording this afternoon on that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Pardon me, I just took a sip of Mountain Dew. Let me see if I can hire a worker here. And you know what I should do? Let me save the game, because this field is one I had trouble with. Alright, if we get a good save here. Now I'm going to try to hire, because this one is the one I had that I hired a worker on, and every dang time it would... Oh, don't want to do that. Every time it would kick me out of the game. Alright, I just hired a worker. We'll let him go to work. And I'm going to give it a few minutes, and then I'll do another quick save on that. Yeah, there's performance on this new PC like you wouldn't believe in other areas. Like I can I can render a video almost in real time, and what that means is I would do a video before, and it would take me 45 minutes to record it. So I'd have basically anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes of raw material. When I would render that, it would take me 6 to 8 hours to do that, to render it. Now, with this machine, I can almost do it in real time, which means if I have a 45-minute video, I can render it in 45 minutes. It takes a little bit longer than that, and the reason it does is because I film in 4K. So a typical 45-minute video is running anywhere from 25 to 35 gigabytes of raw material. So it does take a while for that to render. Let me drop this plow. We're going to cruise control. Kick it in gear a little bit. So anyway, I'm pleased with the performance of the Threadripper for the reason why I put it together, which was for doing the hard work, the graphical work. I decided to go ahead and game on it when possible, but I'm not using it for rendering. And I still have my other PC that I'm also still gaming on, so let's see what I'm doing here. Why I went down the middle like that, I don't know. So yes, so I still got everything on the other computer. It's still set up as my gaming PC. But what happens is, since it's a high-end PC as well, I can render and compress on that one as well as this one. So now, if I've got 5 or 6 videos to do, I can have 1 or 2 running on this one, 1 or 2 running on that one, as long as I'm not trying to record at that particular time, and I can do them much, much quicker. So I have to tell you that I don't have to, but I'm gonna. I've been ill lately. Nothing serious like that. Nothing terribly serious. But if it sounds like I'm a little bit kind of stuttery and slow, that's why. I'm just starting to feel better. And I haven't actually done any recording or anything for about 2 weeks now. It didn't affect my videos because, as you know, I record quite a few in advance. And that's one of the reasons why I do, because my life is kind of hectic, and I never know from one day to the next if I'll be able to record today or do a live stream, that kind of thing. So I try to record quite a few and get them in and done and ready to go and up on YouTube, so that if I have someplace I need to be or something I need to do and I can't record that day, all I do is just, it's there already done and ready to go. So I just make it go live, and here we are, Bob's your uncle. So it's kind of weird. I have to admit, I'm not the best gamer. I've already told you that. And it's kind of weird that sometimes if I take a couple days off, or if I take a week off to go on vacation, I get back. And you can laugh all you want, but I'm being honest. I'll come back after a two-week vacation, and it takes me a few minutes to play the game, to remember how to play the game. And I know that you know this, because how many times have you seen me come into a game where I said, okay, I think we're harvesting, I don't remember because it's been a while since I played this map. That's why I'll record several recordings of raw material on a farm, and then I won't play that farm for a week, maybe 2. So when I come back, I can't remember what it was I was doing. So, and I wouldn't have to let you know, but I don't care about that kind of thing. it doesn't embarrass me to say things like that. I know a lot of YouTubers don't want you to see them making mistakes. They want you to think that they're the very best at playing the game and they never make mistakes and they can play shoot 'em up games all day long and never get killed. I'm not that way. I get killed all the damn time. So it's game style, gameplay. I was trying to think what it was that I harvested from the greenhouse because I must have it in my inventory. I should check. Let me finish this row out here and I'll check this. I don't remember selling anything. Let's see. Must have been pumpkins because I got a ton of pumpkins. So I got 5 cans of pumpkin soup. Let me eat one of those. And then maybe we'll make some pumpkin soup later before I sell. I think I've been putting them in the pantry. I need to sell a bunch of stuff. Get quite the stock piled up. I'm hoping that that's just a glitch in the game that, you know, one day she was pregnant and one game she, I'm talking about Charlotte again. One day she was pregnant and one day she isn't, because that's not, maybe she still is and graphically it's just not showing. I don't know, because I'm sorely disappointed as to how long I've been trying to make that happen. And then if it's a game glitch, I'll be upset because she was showing the pregnancy before they did the update, and I'm hoping that that silly update didn't mess my game up. I'll be disappointed, but we'll see. Won't know for sure till we go into the next year. Trying to decide what to plant for the next year. I think I'm going to plant wheat. But I'm going to wait till September. When are we in now? We're in August. I'm going to wait till September to seed because the last time I did this, I seeded a little bit early in the year. I can't remember when, but I think it was like late July, 1st of August. And I went into April and there were no crops. None of my crops were there. Everything had to be replowed, recultivated. And I thought, oh, that was a waste of seed and fertilizer. So I'm going to wait till later. Like, I'll wait till later in September and seed and fertilize. And then go into April. That should be fine, I hope. Well, we just about have this field whipped out. I think, oh, we got one little patch there. And I'm not too serious about having to have it 100% everything done. If it's 99% someplace, I'm going to have a camper. So let's take a look, see where we're at in this field. Okay, well, hey, it's 100% plowed. Can't get any better than that, right? Let me check them. Oh, you know what? I was going to stop. Let me get out of this thing. Dirty old tractor. I was going to do a quick save. Hang on. Alright, job done. Quick save accomplished. Here we go. Whoa. Come back around here. across here. Cut corners. Well, that's odd. I thought I did that. No, I didn't. Never mind. I know I'm doing this backwards. I didn't want to take the time to flip the silly plow. But I'm just trying to do a headland anyway. It's no big deal. Okay, that should be enough of a headland. Let me do this corner. And we'll take the other end, do a headland. Thank God these fields are small, because this gets to be a boring job. So I'm excited about the fact that the game developers have come back to us and told us that, hey, we're still working, don't fear. Not that I was afraid, I was just a little disappointed that, because I've told you, I've seen many games in my time where, you know, they would do an early access, or they would hype up a game and hype it up, and the game never ever came out. That's happened quite a few times, actually. And that was even before the days of early access, where, you know, you just hear a game being hyped up. I'm concerned about, well, I'm not concerned, but there's a game that Star Citizen that I actually put money in. I very rarely do that, and the dang thing's been being worked on for years now, still hasn't come out. And the fear is, you know, by the time it comes out, the technology is going to be old that they're using in the game. It's, you know, the scope of the game and everything is tremendously huge, but it doesn't do you any good if it never comes out. Alright, let's see. I need to go the other direction or flip my plow, one of the two. I think I'll just go the other direction here. Is that what I want to do? That's not what I want to do. Never mind. Let me pick this up. That's not what I was going the right way in the first place. Okay, here we go. Drop it like it's hot. Cruise control, and we're off like a shot. This feels small enough. Just go up and down till it's done. See, I get impatient. You've seen me do it before. I get impatient just going up and down, up and down. I get on a big field, I start going sideways, crossways, and up and down, left and right, north, south, east and west. All right, I'm going to try to do another little bit of headland here. Let me get this corner if I can. And since this thing has kind of an abrupt edge on it, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more headland here on this side. And we'll just kind of carry on this way. Mountain Dew sip time. Oh boy. So we're getting into cooler weather at home. It is September after all. And we've had a little bit of rain yesterday. It was coolish weather. It's been getting down low 50s, high 40s at night. And it's been about 63, 60 something during the daytime. Today, the sun popped up when it wasn't supposed to. And it turned out to be a dang nice day. And thank goodness I didn't put my air conditioner away for the year. My room is quite comfy. And, I mean, it's warm. It's going to be, if I can get through this episode, I'm going to kick that air conditioner on. One good thing about live streaming, because live streaming, if you watch live streams, you'll notice that live streams won't let you have real high quality work. There's things that are being streamed, so sometimes you have FPS problems, sometimes you have frame drops, all kinds of stuff like that, and the sound is not high quality either during a live stream. So amazingly, I can do a live stream and have my air conditioner just blowing up a storm behind me, and you don't notice it. If I was to do that while I was recording, it would be awful. It really does make a difference. So I can't use the air conditioner when I'm recording. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I'm enjoying about my new PC that I just built is the fact that it's very quiet. Those new Corsair fans, they have some kind of gravity technology. They're just super quiet, and it just doesn't make any noise at all. I can have my microphone running, and it's only a couple feet from the PC. I have this PC setting up because it's tempered glass, and I got a bunch of RGB fans and junk like that in it. The 1080 for the win graphics card, NVIDIA graphics card, it has LED lights all over it. The motherboard itself has 3 areas that are all lit up. The water cool system has logo that's lit up. Now, I had to switch out parts because originally I got a Corsair water cooler system for the AMD, and it didn't work. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't built for an AMD, so it didn't even cover half of the CPU. So it didn't work, in other words. But it was a Corsair, and it had RGB fans on it also. So there's supposed to be a ton of RGB fans in here, but there aren't because the cooler I had to switch out for a different model, and it didn't have RGB fans. Now that doesn't mean anything, because I can buy RGB fans and put on it. That's not an issue. The controller for all the RGB stuff has room for 3 or 4 more fans on it, so I could do that. Now the RGB stuff is not a big deal for me. I don't sit and watch my computer all day long. I very seldom even see it. My other gaming PC was underneath my desk. I never saw it. Now, I don't have an enclosed desk. It's a table, really, that I built myself. And it's 8 foot by 4 foot. And I kept it on the floor, oh gosh, it was maybe 4 feet away from me and underneath the table. So it should have been shielded from sound. But the fans on it were loud. And there's an easy way to tell. If I stop talking and shut everything down and watch my sound recording software, I can see a straight line with the new PC. It's not catching any sound. With my old PC, I could see graphic or sound waves on the recording, even with everything off except for the PC. So it was picking up the fans, the sound of the fans. And you don't notice it much when I'm talking. But if I ever stop talking, which I don't rarely do, but if I was to stop talking for even a couple of seconds, you'd be able to hear that fan running on that old PC. what I did today, since I'm using the new PCs, I shut the other one down, because this one doesn't even register a sound. So pretty happy with that. And it still stays cool enough. And I should stop here and do another quick save. I've been pretty lucky I haven't got kicked out yet. And it doesn't usually kick me out. What it usually does is everything freezes up. Bad part about that, when this game freezes up, and also Farming Sim, when it froze up during the live stream, it freezes up the whole computer. There's only one way to fix it, and that's to do a hard shutdown. I mean, literally, I have to just hit the power button and hold it down until the PC just slams shut. That's not good for it, but there's no other way to do it. Normally, you'd be able to do a Control-Alt-Shift and then just, do a restart or a regular shutdown. When this one freezes, and again, also during that live stream when Farm Simulator froze, it froze up the whole PC. I could do Control-Alt-Delete and it wouldn't let me see it because it's behind the game. Now, I'm wondering, I didn't think about this at the time, but generally on some of these games and programs and stuff, you can set it to always be on top. So I'm wondering if I set this so that it wasn't always on top and I had to do a Control-Alt-Delete, whether I'd be able to actually see the program manager underneath the game. I'll have to try that, but I'd rather not, because I'd rather it didn't freeze. So it's going to have to freeze for me to try that. I don't know if I want to make it freeze just to try that. And I'm so excited about getting this field done that I haven't stopped to save. Let me do that. One quick second here. Alrighty, I'm back. Quick save there. Another couple runs at this and I'll be done. Yeah, I didn't plan on doing this except for the problem I'm having with Charlotte. Well, it's not her problem, it's the game's problem. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm disappointed. I'm going to go in and play, and talk about it. Whoa. Speed Demon. Also, I know I didn't say anything, but I haven't been able to do a live stream for, well, let's see, I missed at least 2 live streams, if not 3, because of the medical problem I had. It's nothing serious. I had, if you must know, I had a bout of vertigo. Never had that before. And it was very, I mean, everybody's been a little bit dizzy. I've had dizzy spells before. Sometimes, when you have a head cold or something and your ears are all messed up, or your sinuses, sometimes you'll have a little bit of dizziness, that kind of thing, lightheadedness. There's something different between being dizzy and lightheaded and vertigo. I'm talking violent. It was violent. I woke up and all I did was roll over in bed, and vertigo hit, and I swear to God, it was going to pick me up and throw me out of the bed. I was spinning so hard, it made me just instantly nauseous. It was very, very severe. And that morning, I went ahead and went back to sleep, but because it was about 3 o'clock in the morning when that happened. And when I went to sit up, I sat up and almost fell out of bed. It was spinning so violently. So the next day I went to the doctor, and they gave me some medicine for for that kind of thing. It's kind of same medicine, I suppose, that you'd take if you were having motion sickness, during flying or on a boat ride. But anyway, so I took that, but it took about well over a week, maybe a week and a half, before I could get up and not fall down. But the biggest problem with that is not necessarily, I could come in at my computer and do a little bit of work if I sat really still, not move my head or not rock my body back and forth or forward or anything like that. If I did that, it would set the vertigo off. But if I just sat still, I could work a little bit. The problem is that the vertigo makes you physically ill. You get, and everybody's different. Some people get violently sick. I only just got nauseous. Some people really get into throwing up. And nice subject, huh? Life is life. Anyway, I never did get that sick, but then I've never been one to get that sick. I've had the flu and never thrown up before. I get really sick, and other people get the flu and they're just throwing up all over the place. I must have, and I've always said I had an iron stomach because I've never had that problem much in my life like some other people have. So again, I had vertigo. It didn't make me physically sick. As far as, I was physically sick. I take that back. So what I meant was I didn't throw up. I didn't get that sick. I thought I was going to. I really wanted to, but I didn't. Because, there's no fun in being nauseous at all. And so the thing of it was, I could sit at my computer and do a little bit of work, but there's no way I could do a live stream, record a video, because I just didn't feel good. You can't come in here and have a good time playing a game when you're so sick you just want to be in bed. You just want to be laying down someplace where you're not moving and having your head spin around. So that's what it was, and I guess it's not that uncommon. As a matter of fact, my doctor, who's a few years younger than I am, just had a bout of it a few months ago, and he said it took him a couple weeks to get over it. He's a lot younger than me, but what they explain is, evidently there's, you can get like a calcium buildup in your inner ear, and which is perfectly fine. Everybody has that kind of thing, but every once in a while, a little stone will break loose of this calcium, kind of like, what is that? Like a kidney stone. You develop a kidney stone, only it's in your ear, and it's a little bitty thing. But when it breaks loose, it rumbles around inside your inner ear. It's kind of like you're on a merry-go-round spinning as fast as you can, but you're not. But your ear thinks you are. Because when you move, that little thing goes rolling around in there, and it stimulates all those little hairs in there that make that happen. And so your brain and your eyes, they don't know what the hell's going on. And anyway, it's kind of complicated, but that's what was wrong. So I'm getting better now, so I thought I'd get in and do some recording. What time is it? It is Friday the 20th of August, and it is 6:45. It's almost 7 o'clock at night. Getting close to quitting time for me on the farm here. And so I think I'll go chat with Charlotte. Let me see how my workers are doing. Oh, it's down to one guy. Cool. So that one is 99.87%. 99. I need to do this one. I'm not going to hire it right now, though. This one is done. So I'm going to let this guy work his way out, and then I will do this one, and then I'll start doing cultivating. And maybe during the next episode, well, I'll tell you what, if I sleep, maybe I'll try to sleep the night away and see what happens to Charlotte. That sounds weird, doesn't it? You know what I mean. Hopefully she's still got a bump. Oh, geez. Conversation's embarrassing, isn't it? Anyway, let me see. Where is she? Okay, she's out there. We're going to go over take a look. She sure, I can't tell. She's got a bucket in front of her. It's getting dark. My eyes aren't that good. She does not look like she did before. She does not. Oh, man, that's so disappointing. I don't know. Maybe a little bit right there.
Darling?
Good afternoon, dear.
Nice to see you, love. How are you?
I'm perfect, darling. Thank you.
Can't get better than perfect, tell you what. Let's see if we can get a little more conversation out of her. I'm eating up time here, so I'm trying to do.
Hi, sugar.
Good afternoon, darling.
No flowers as beautiful as you are.
No flower is as beautiful as you are.
So nice to hear that. Thanks.
Now, it seems to me like they raised the voice levels up a little bit.
Hi, sugar.
Good afternoon, darling.
I don't remember him being that loud. I know some of the other guys, it was random. One person you talk to, you can barely hear. Next person, it'd blast your ears off.
Is there something you need, darling?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
I am off to work. Have a great day.
Bye, sweetheart.
So they seem to still think it's daytime. So I'm going to end the episode here. But before I do, I'm going to run up and quickly sleep tonight and see if there's any change in life here on the farm. Let me run up here and do a quick snooze. Okay, Charlotte's over there. I know that bump is not a baby necessarily. I thought that before. I came in here. I'd come in here at night and I'd say, "Is that a bump? Is that a bump?" Oh, wait a minute. Nah. So I have to wait because I could stand here all day and she won't get up. The game is kind of weird. You have to get up and move around and then she magically appears outside. I don't know what that's all about. So we're going to run out here a minute. Wait a second here. There, see, look, see? She teleports out of bed just amazingly. Now, I can't get close to her. If I do, she turns to face me because I want to get a side view. Now, see? It just doesn't, I don't know. It's just frustrating. Oh, well, I guess we'll find out when I go into the next season. In the meantime, I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you on the farm in the next episode. Happy farming.